Hey guys, what's going on? It's Cody Steck. Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about why I am so bullish on Voyager Digital. Coinbase just came out with their numbers. Voyager just came out with their numbers all in the last couple of days. We've seen a lot of updates coming from both of these companies, and I cannot wait to see what they're going to be releasing over the next little bit. Coinbase is going to be going with a direct listing onto the public stock market here in just about a week, I think, from today. I think it's supposed to go out on the 14th, and that's going to be huge news for the stock market as far as the crypto world is concerned, and I think that's going to be a huge catalyst for Voyager Digital as well. Now, if you don't already know, Voyager Digital is another platform such as Coinbase, but they're more well known for being able to offer interest on the crypto that you actually hold there with their platform. So you're getting paid interest for having your crypto in there. Now, there are some risks that come along with that, and I do think that will change coming into the future. You know, I think that interest rate that you're getting paid is going to go down, but for right now, it's something you can definitely take advantage of. I've got this set up on my platform, and it's something that, I've got this set up for my own account, and I'm using this in my own for my own crypto. I've got about $5,000 worth of crypto holdings, mostly Bitcoin and Ethereum in there, and I'm enjoying that free interest that I'm getting paid just for holding it there on the platform. So what I want to talk about here today, we're going to be talking about a few reasons why I'm so bullish on Voyager Digital. But before we do that, I want to show you a little bit about how much I have actually invested in this company in the interest of full disclosure. We're going to jump into this right here. So I was buying a little bit here throughout the day. I made five or six different purchases here at different little amounts. You know, I've already got a pretty significant amount of my portfolio into this, at least, you know, enough that I don't want to go any heavier. But with these prices, I just had to. I think with Coinbase's amazing numbers that they just put out, and now Voyager putting out some numbers that we're going to look at as well, you know, I think that there's a lot of upside potential for this company, and I think we're going to see a lot of long-term growth as well. I mean, wow, this company is going to see some massive growth, and I want to be a part of it. So you can see here that I had bought 36 shares here at $25 earlier today. I had another purchase here. It was 45 shares at $25.22. I was kind of just averaging down as it was dropping today. It did see a big drop closer to the close, which was not expected. You know, the thing is with this company, there's a lot of volatility. So it can be up 10, 15, 20% in one day, and then it can be down 8% the next day, and it just rebounds, you know, up and down. So I first got into this at about $16, I think, is my lowest purchase, and I've been buying as it's gone up just because I have so much conviction in this. As I continue to see more numbers and continue to see the following around cryptocurrency, I think this will only continue to grow, especially because Coinbase is leading the way in this space with their upcoming direct listing. So I had another purchase here, 45 shares at $25.63. I had another one here, 50 shares at $25.49. So just relatively small amounts of money here. This one was just 10 shares at $24.29 as it was dropping going into later in the day around 3:18 Eastern on the close here. So I'll show you this here. My positions at this point are, we've got in one of my accounts, I'm holding 207 shares, average cost basis of $21.44. This was lower at some point. Like I said, I kind of bought new shares in all of these accounts, so my cost basis has gone up. Luckily, I'm still up on the total here, so I've got about 4,400 there. This account here, I've got about 7,400, so that puts me at what, 78, 11.8 on the total there. And in this account, this is the one I hold the most in. I hold 760 shares here. Cost base is $19.35 and $14,000. So I'm in this stock about $25,000 total between all of the accounts. So, you know, I've got a pretty big position. So that's just one thing I want to point out there. Now, as we come over here, I want to actually bring this over here. And we're going to take a look at Coinbase's numbers, because I think this is why I'm so bullish on this company, Voyager Digital, is because Coinbase just reported numbers and has a massive outlook for you know, what they expect in 2021. I just want to look at these numbers because I'm not saying that Voyager is right behind them, but they are following in those footsteps, and they are already a public company, which gives me a lot of faith in the crypto space, and also lets me know, hey, you know, there is potential for this to be a bigger company. Right now, I think it's at like a $3 to $4 billion company. Yeah, so it's sitting at the current stock price is at just under $3 billion here for the market cap. So $3 billion, you know, Coinbase, who knows where that will come in. I think it's going to be massive though, and I think that gives Voyager Digital a long way to go. I really like, also, I should point out, one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on this company is because Steve Ehrlich, who is the CEO, is extremely outgoing. He's on social media. He's out there trying to brand and push this company just like any good CEO CEO should. And he's saying, look, we're an open book. Here's what we're doing. Here's how we're going to grow. Here's what the next steps are. We're seeing massive growth. He's getting the name out there. And I think as they continue to pick up exposure, people will be looking at this and saying, hey, Coinbase has some issues. They don't have the, customer support. I've heard of transfers in and out of the platform taking like 1 to 2 weeks just to get your money in or out. I mean, in 1 to 2 weeks, you're going to miss the opportunity that you were looking for. You got to be able to get your money transferred quickly. So no platform is going to be perfect. I'm not saying the Voyager Digital is perfect either, but I do think that, with him being so transparent about the whole process, I think that it's going to give a lot of validity to the crypto space overall. So Coinbase's numbers here reported an estimated $1.8 billion in total revenue for the first quarter of 2021. That figure included their Coinbase's estimated financial results published on Tuesday afternoon. The figures accounted for 3 months ending March 31st, 2021. So among the other estimated numbers, 335 billion in trading volume as compared to 89 billion in volume it posted for quarter 4 2020. So this number, went up over 3x, almost 3.5x. It's just absolutely mind-blowing in 1 quarter to see that. Coinbase also reported net income of approximately $730 million. This is net income, guys. This isn't revenue. This isn't a loss. They're posting a net income here, 730 to 800 million. Now they still need to verify these numbers and get it audited, but these are just preliminary numbers here. So Coinbase said it had an estimated 56 million verified customers and 6.1 million monthly transacting customers as well. So you can see the numbers here. Just transacting users, 1.3, 1.5, 2.1, 2.8 to 6.1. They over doubled in quarter 1 of 21. I think Voyager, the numbers that we're going to see here in just a minute, are very similar. You can see here that cryptocurrencies held by Coinbase, they have $223 billion in assets on the platform. And I believe a lot of this is from institutions. I read in another report somewhere that I believe it was like 50% of that is from institutions. So pretty insane numbers there. Even just from 2 quarters ago, from 36 billion to 223 billion, that's like 8x. So, it's just absolutely insane. Coming down here, this is their implied valuation. Let's see, they're currently sitting at $482, which, if I'm reading this correctly, gives them a market cap of $120 billion, which is just absolutely insane. So Voyager Digital at $3 billion, they're much smaller compared to Coinbase. Coinbase is obviously the leader in this, but if Coinbase can get to 120 billion, potentially, we'll see where it goes on in the direct listing. I think that's very obvious that Voyager Digital could be right behind that. So I want to actually run through some things here on their latest presentation here. This was put out in March of 2021, so this is a relatively new one. I think they did have an old one up, but they have now shrunken that. So this is just showing the massive market opportunity, $1.7 trillion in the crypto markets. Coming down here, net deposits, $14 million per day. Principal value traded 1.0 to 1.5x. Account acquisition, it costs $40 to get an account, but then they're creating $100 of revenue off of that account. User growth is growing at 35%. That's absolutely insane right now. Okay, so let's see. I want to come down here and this is the one I wanted. So assets under management, quarter 1, $1.7 billion. Absolutely insane how quickly these guys are growing. The coolest thing about this is how much they're actually paying on these the interest rate on these other coins, and they also have the highest number of coins. Voyager says it supports 58 different coins and has interest-bearing assets on 20 of those coins at the moment. So commission-free, unaffiliated exchange routing, and publicly traded. So this is really cool to see this information. Obviously, Coinbase is there, number 2. They're going to be publicly traded here, and you've got all the other ones here as well. So, this is just absolutely insane to see their massive growth. Like I said, I love Steve, the CEO. He's putting out a ton of information, as much as he can anyway, doing these different interviews on social media and whatnot. So it's really cool to see that. Now, talking about March specifically here. So these are the numbers here. The company has the following key metrics as of March 31st, 2021. Assets under management exceeded 2.4 billion. Total funded accounts at the end of March 2021 were over 270,000, and verified users on the platform were over 1 million. So yes, still very, very small compared to Coinbase, but it shows that they're seeing massive growth in what they're doing here. So you can look at the numbers here in this little chart. Net deposits, 170 million in January, 400 million in February, and 650 million in March. New funded accounts, 65, 70, and 95,000. Verified users, absolutely insane there as well. And principal value traded from 840 million to 2.5 billion. March was another record-setting month for Voyager, as our retail-focused zero-commission platform continued to attract an active community for both Bitcoin and our industry-leading offering of over 50 altcoins. All of our significant revenue driving metrics increased in excess of 35% during the month of March from the previous month. As demand continues to accelerate for the Voyager platform, we are enhancing our infrastructure to meet the swiftly growing demand and accommodate anticipated future growth as we expand our suite of offerings in the coming years. Guys, this information here is just absolutely insane. Seeing their market cap at 3 billion right now, I think they've got a long way to go. I would not be surprised to see this company, potentially even double or triple just throughout this year. Now, there could be some concerns. I think the biggest concern that I see with the crypto market and with Voyager is the potential for, a crypto crash. If there is a crypto crash, which Coinbase says, yes, there's a very fair chance that could actually happen. I think there's a good chance that this could bring down these stocks with it. If crypto crashes, then you bet that Voyager is going to go down, right? Because Voyager and Coinbase and all these other companies, they make money when there's actually people buying and selling crypto. So if there's people buying, this is typically when they're going to make the most money, is when people are buying. So that's when they have the most transacting users, is when the cryptocurrencies are going up. So as these cryptos go up, they're going to have more users, which means they're going to be able to generate more revenue. Well, if crypto crashes, then they're not going to have as many people trading it, and it's going to kind of fall out of favor, and people are going to rotate out of that, and that's going to lower the revenue that these companies will have, and that's going to bring down the stock price massively. So there is a lot of volatility with this, and I do think that this is a reason why I just cannot go any heavier than I already am, just because I do think there's risk with that. You never know when that's going to happen. And if it does happen, Voyager could easily go to a, $1.5–2 billion company, at which point, it is actually less risky. So it might be an opportunity to buy back in. But at these numbers, I just can't go any heavier. If it was to go under like $17, $16, I would definitely be buying more. And we'll see where it goes over the next couple months. But at this time, I just can't buy any more of this stock. So I just want to talk about some of the reasons why I'm so bullish on Voyager Digital. VYGVF is the ticker here. I think there's a lot of potential for this company. Coinbase, with the direct listing coming up, is going to be massive. I'm really excited to see what happens on IPO day. And I think this is going to be one of those things where all tides or high tides are going to lift all boats, right? And so as the tide comes up, all of the companies that are in the crypto space are going to benefit from this, and there's only going to be more institutions, more people getting into crypto as more people understand it, right? I think a lot of people look at crypto and they're kind of like, oh, I don't fully understand it, and there are some shortcomings with it, but I think as more and more people understand it, as it becomes more mainstream, as institutions and companies and hedge funds and all these different people start getting into it, banks, the government, all these companies try to start getting into it and getting their hand in it, it's only going to become more well known, and it's only going to cause all of these companies to see some massive growth on the back end of that. So with all that being said, guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up here on the video if you enjoyed this content. This is just a quick little screen recording here that I wanted to do. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stocks, money, real estate, life stuff. I talked about kind of just about everything here on the channel, the occasional Tesla video. So don't forget to subscribe if you want to, if you enjoyed this video. And with all that said, catch you guys in the next one.